So one of the hardest things for a trader is for you to be in drawdown and watch other traders using different strategies and marking TP back to back. So hello guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. It's your boy obtrades. In this channel we discuss everything trading, forex, SMT to keep you profitable on a consistent basis. So in today's video guys, we're going to be discussing about something very key in trading, something that a lot of traders would love to hear. So today's video we're going to be covering the topic trading psychology. I know a lot of you have heard so much about trading psychology and it cannot be overemphasized. So let's get right into the video. So the main thing about the psychology, you cannot learn it from, should I put it that way, you cannot, like how you're taught something in school, where you're taught that 1 + 1 is this and that. You cannot be taught trading psychology that way. Something you have to face yourself. You cannot just get it at one go. It's something that takes time, takes process, and eventually you're growing every day. It's not something that you can just attain in, like, you are human beings, you are not robots. So trading psychology is something that is going to is trying to protect us from the possible danger of losses. But when you start viewing trading, when you start hitting your SL, instead of you to view it as losses, try viewing it as business expenses. This was famously said by Mark Douglas. So if you guys don't know who Mark Douglas is, he's one of the top traders, especially when it comes to trading psychology. You can go check out his books, check out his interviews and everything. You are going to get a lot of things from it. So just like the beginning of this video, the hardest thing for a trader to ever face is when you're in a losing streak, a deep losing streak, and you're seeing your fellow traders marking TPs back to back using different strategies. That is going to tempt you a lot to switch, and it's going to create that cycle of strategy hopping, because when that strategy now starts having its own losing streak, you see another trader who is having his winning streak, you jump, and that's one of the causes of strategy hopping. When you're in a losing streak and you're not able to understand the strategy that this is something that happened. And that is one mistake a lot of traders do. You just learn a strategy from somewhere, you don't backtest and get enough data. I'm not talking about 1 year, I'm talking about 3 years worth of data, 4 years worth of data, if possible 5 years worth of data, so you can know that okay, this strategy, this is the highest win rate it has gotten, this is the lowest win rate it has gotten, this is the max drawdown it has ever had for the past 5 years, this is the lowest, things like that, and this is the most suitable risk to reward that you can maximize, such that you're not sitting for a 2 risk to reward or a 3 risk to reward when that strategy gives you a 5 risk to reward. So that is the problem traders usually have. They don't understand their strategy, they don't gather enough data to understand the strategy, and that is when the downfall of that trader begins. So personally for me, when I first started, I did not have any knowledge of this at all. I did not. Okay, the camera is sorry. I was just looking at my handsome self. So yes, going back to the video. When I first started, I didn't really understand what I was doing. I was just like, okay, this strategy is this. It was when what got me trapped into this strategy was mainly I learned it. The current market instances that started happening were going well, so I started having this FOMO that was like, okay, I need to hop in and start trading live accounts now so that I will not miss out on all these trades. Got in a live account and my losing period started coming, and I was like, what this strategy doesn't work. But then I sat down and told myself, okay bro, you have to sit down and understand the strategy. Are you doing anything wrong? And that time I did not have any mentorship. I was not able to afford to pay for any mentorship, so I was just learning off scratches of things on the internet and some videos that, some mentors will just make the video, give it deep insight. I will just watch from different angles and try to put everything together. So I was like, okay, let me try to understand the strategy. I now did enough backtest. I was like, wow, this strategy works, but the win rate is not so great. But if you think about the win rate is great, it was about 40 to 50%. I know you may think that that is a low win rate, but the risk reward was 3 to 5 hour. Minimum 3, if you're using 3 hours, your win rate is around 55%. If you're using 5 hours, your win rate is around 40 to 48%. So at that time, I did not really think about it. I was like, I'm having too much losses and everything. I don't really think about it in the risk reward perspective, in the risk management perspective, and in the longevity of everything. So I was like, okay. So it was after periods of listening to different, like especially Mark Douglas. Oh my god, Mark Douglas. There was this other podcast on Spotify I listened to, trading. I can't really remember the name of the podcast, but if I remember it, I'll write it somewhere around here. So I listened to them a lot, and like they really impacted me. So I was like, wow, that this trading is, it's not necessarily hard. It's not necessarily hard, and it's not easy. It's not easy. But once you're able to understand that these losses are going to come, they are not losses, they are business expenses. So take for instance, you're opening a business. Obviously, you don't expect to start making profit instantly. You have to pay for your lights, pay for your rent, pay for packaging, pay for processing, pay for production, pay for promotion, pay for several number of things. You have to pay for all those things. So those are your business expenses. You don't view it as loss. So that is the same mindset you have to enter into trading with. That once you have so-called losses, that they are actually business expenses that you're incurring, and you can also view it as a point of your educational fees. Because like when you're going to school, you're going to be paying tuition fees, paying different types of accommodation fees and everything. So in this process of trading, your live trading, your actual journey starts from when you start trading live. So you take all those losses as your learning fees. That's another way to view it, or your best view it as your business expenses. And like when I started viewing it that way, I was like, But when I hit one massive drawdown, I was like, I cannot view this as business expenses anymore. These expenses have become too much. So I was like, okay, so what do I do? I now went back, gathered enough data, and I realized that I did a very big mistake. I did a mistake I was not meant to do, and it led to that loss. And I went back, and it was this year when I was sharing, because this year I've been sharing my trades live. And May and June, I ended the month in a loss, but the whole year we are up 70% plus in profit. But for May, I went back to May and I found out that would have been one of my second biggest month. But because I did that small mistake in marking my structure, and it led me to 2 losses in a row, like 2 months filled with losses in a row. It's like, wow. So that is something you also have to sit back, zoom out, reflect, go back, check the data you have, if the problem is actually from the strategy or is from you. Because there are times that the strategy works well, but you're marking the wrong thing, you're identifying the wrong thing, you're seeing things that are not there, things that don't exist, and trying to justify it. And that's what your brain does. Even though you clearly know that you're not meant to do this thing, but your brain finds reason to justify why you have to do all these things. But that aside, you also have to try to think about losses as a form of business expense, and you also have to know that trading is a personal journey. Do not look at the outside, because the beginning of the year, there is this popular trader. His name is Dark. I know a lot of you should know him. So there was a month, like I think in the beginning of the year, according to my friend that trade his strategy, that under his mentorship, we were like, they ended the month with losses. And I was like, how is that? Like, because I was making back-to-back profit, like I was up over 10% in like 2 months in a row. I was like, how is that possible? Immediately I made that stupid sentence, the next month the market humbled me. That was me. The market humbled me sincerely. So I was like, okay, what did I do wrong? I now reflected. So the main point of this is trading is a personal journey. Do not try to look at another trader, especially if they're trading a different system. You're going to kill yourself. You're going to kill your mindset, kill your psychology. So when I'm losing streak, don't start going to people's Instagram pages, YouTube pages that are not trading a strategy and looking at their wins. It's going to make you have that impulsive nature to want to learn what they are doing, what you're doing is wrong. But what saved me was I sat back, I looked back at all my previous months. I was like, I smashed, like, even with those 2 months that I had losses in a row, I was still up like 50-70% plus. I was like, and I was having this eagerness to like try to learn what they are doing that I was doing wrong. But when I sat down and reflected, I was like, bro, I'm literally up like 50% plus already for the year, risking only 1%, and I'm like, that's bullshit. So I was that was it. Now I've started having the strategy hopping syndrome, and I'm grateful that didn't happen, because that is a very terrible cycle. Terrible cycle. So if you're in that cycle, please do not look at other traders' results. Trading is a personal game. Look at your results. Do not view his losses as losses, view them as business expenses that has to be incurred. And do not believe that for you to be profitable, you have to earn every single month be profit. I do not subscribe to that idea, because if you are looking for longevity in this game, you should not be looking at monthly gains, but at least looking at 3 months, 6 months to a year's gain. 2 years is a little bit too much, but 3 months, 6 months, at least at most a year's gain. Because if you're looking at month by month, it may end like 3 months out of the year in negative, but at the end of the year up 100 and something percent. You won't say that strategy is bad. Your mindset is bad, your psychology is bad, your thought process is bad. So that is another thing you have to take into consideration. Trading is a personal game. Do not go and look outside other traders that are trading differently from you. Instead, look for traders that are trading the same strategy as you, but maybe a different level, and ask them what's going on. Did you experience this loss that I experienced, and things like that. So just to keep this video short, the first thing you have to notice, try to understand your strategy. Try to understand what your strategy's losing streak is, so that when you are in that losing streak, you not panic and want to change your strategy. Also, when you're in a losing streak, review, go back and check if the mistakes are from you or your strategy, as if you made wrong analysis and it ended up to that loss. Just like what happened to me in May and in June, I did wrong analysis, and that's what made me end the month in the negative. But my strategy is still in place, because that's what I'm still using. And just as I'm making this video, funny enough, like about last week, I lost 5 trades in a row, and I was risking, because I'm already up like 70-something% for the month. I was like, okay, let me just up my risk a little bit to at least 2%. So I was down like 10% already for the beginning of the month last week. But I've already been used to this game. I kept on reaffirming to myself, and there is this book here that I have that I write reaffirming words to myself, not to jump strategy to strategy and to be focused. So that's what helped me a lot, and I hope that you guys find this video useful. I hope you enjoy this video. So, and I'd like you to like, subscribe, comment, and feel free to tag me in any video. Tag me, join my Telegram channel, link in the description, message me anytime, ask me any question. Let's read it, let's make money. Peace out.